Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So the news we're looking at today is My Crypto Heroes is returning, kind of morphing, becoming like a kind of a foundation for a new game called My Crypto Saga. So rewind a couple of years, or even actually only a year ago, My Crypto Heroes was the most popular blockchain game. With about 3,500 daily active unique wallets. It's from a Japanese company called Double Jump Tokyo, and had this really nice kind of pixel artwork, and it was basically like a sort of idle. It wasn't really an idle actually, but it was like an auto play kind of squad RPG. So you built a squad of 3 characters, and you went and did auto missions, and then you basically kind of mined out loot, and then you kind of built up your characters. They leveled up. So it was pretty successful for a while, as I say. One of the big issues was it was running on the Ethereum blockchain, and obviously in 2020 that's become very problematic, certainly since about April. You could very clearly see My Crypto Heroes daily activity, on-chain activity at least, declined basically to zero, really. And gas fees is still very high. So we have to be a little bit careful here. So My Crypto Heroes you could play off-chain. So there was a non-blockchain version people were playing. Obviously we couldn't see the data for that, and it had its own side chain. So so people were playing on that because we weren't tracking that either. We weren't seeing data for that. So it wasn't like the game went to zero, but the certain aspects of it went to zero, and basically the developer was kind of moving on. And this is now we're seeing what they've kind of come up with, which is actually pretty interesting. So it's called My Crypto Saga. So obviously, it's a sort of continuation. So what are we going here? So My Crypto Saga shifts from tactical battles to tactical mind card games. So we know card games are very popular on blockchain at the moment because people sort of understand cards as things you own, NFTs. So we've had Gods Unchained, and we've got Spell Weavers to come, and sort of cards are something that people kind of get for gaming. So that's not a great surprise. We've seen a lot of card-based blockchain games. So 2 to 4 players can take part in these battles. We've got a little kind of image here. What's going on? As you can see, these are the screenshots. So it's very mobile focused. You could play My Crypto Heroes on mobile, but it wasn't particularly well formatted for mobile. And probably as a game, I always felt it was much too complicated for people who weren't very experienced in Japanese RPGs. So most of the audience for My Crypto Heroes were Japanese. So I'm not saying that's going to change necessarily very much, but we can see in general blockchain games are moving to be more mobile friendly at least. So I don't know if this will be. I imagine this will be like probably browser based, but we'll see. So how does it work? So we are constructing decks made up of these 10 cards. Typical kind of sort of card deck based thing. As you win, you get this Kami power, which can be used as wagering chips in battle. So it becomes like a currency that you can wager to think you're going to win. And it's also a leveling up. So you can level up your Kami cards to Shin cards. So we had this idea before actually in My Crypto Hero. So we had these Kami cards, and those were basically ones that were not running on the blockchain. They were kind of running on effectively it was a side chain, I think, but you couldn't sell them. They were cards that you were kind of given to play the game. You could level them up and stuff, but you couldn't do anything more with them. They would just let you play. So now we've got this option where we can basically take our Kami cards, we can level them up, we can win more Kami power, and then we can evolve them into Shin cards, which are these actual NFT elements. So those are sitting on a blockchain. We'll talk a little bit about what blockchain it is, and then you can actually kind of bring them to a marketplace for trading, which is clearly where a lot of the value of NFTs sits. Now, interestingly, players of My Crypto Heroes. So if you have My Crypto Heroes characters, NFTs already on the Ethereum blockchain, you can convert your heroes to Shin cards and then use Gum for purchasing Kami cards. So Gum is the non-cryptocurrency currency, if you see what I mean, in My Crypto Heroes. So basically, Gum was like just the soft currency that you kind of earned for playing, and you could buy cards with them. So we can kind of see here, this is a way of re-engaging people who maybe aren't playing My Crypto Heroes anymore. Their NFTs are still fairly valuable. The price of ETH has gone up a lot recently, but these things have not gone to zero by any means. So people can buy these cards and then move them over to this new game, and they already have will have these Shin cards. It's actually, the open beta is now live, although I just checked it out and it's down at the moment, so you can't play it at the moment. So a few interesting things here. So NFTs, the developer is not minting any NFTs, so you can't go in and buy some of these NFTs direct from the developer. You have to go and buy them. You can buy My Crypto Heroes NFTs on OpenSea, or you basically, because there is this mechanic where you get these Kami cards for free and then you power them up and then you can convert them into Shin cards. You're basically creating your own NFTs through this system, so you can't just go in and buy them. They have this what they're calling a multi-chain solution, AMS, and they're currently using the Matic layer. So Matic is a side chain and layer 2 solution, we call it, which interacts with the Ethereum blockchain. So you can basically bridge between Ethereum and Matic. You can take tokens and NFTs and move them from Ethereum to Matic, and then that means you're effectively not paying gas fees, which is the problem for Ethereum games. Interestingly, the beta is open to people in My Crypto Heroes who own land. Land was very expensive, so there's not many of those, but they're obviously very committed to the game, and so they can invite people. If you want to go and check it out, you want to head to the Discord, and probably you will get some invites to that. So it is interesting. I think it's, the point of blockchain is that it allows the kind of what we call interoperability of game items. So this is obviously one developer kind of doing that. It's not a developer building on top of someone else's game. This is one developer having a game that's pretty much it's not, you can still play it, but it's too expensive to play really for most people. Become in decline, I suppose. But you can take the assets you had. So if you bought any My Crypto Heroes NFTs, you can now convert them over and play this new game. And you've basically got if you had a good set of cards in My Crypto Heroes, you're going to do well in My Crypto Saga because you've already kind of acquired those NFTs. So that's an interesting point of view, I think. I think over time we'll see more of that. It shows NFTs acting as a retention tool. It allows people to go, well, if I invested $50 in this game, that might be useful in another game, and certainly it allows developers to kind of cycle their audiences through into sequels. So you're not starting, I guess with sequels, people have emotional attachment to a game and a story and characters, and then they're interested in what's happening in the sequel, which is, something's new, something's old, and similar thing with NFTs, but they because they have financial power, that makes those sequels a little bit more sticky, I suppose, because you're flipping over your financial power into the next game. So I think it's an interesting trend. Obviously, things moving to side chains like Matic. Matic's signing up a lot of game developers now, it's still not really got any kind of games at scale on Matic yet. It's still people really experimenting, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, well worth checking out My Crypto Saga when it kind of comes out of its beta, at least, or head into the Discord to get your invite if you're really keen to get on there. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is Blockchain Gaming World Daily, where we looking at the news from the blockchain gaming space. Always very busy. Please subscribe if you're interested. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.